Why difficult conversations feel so difficult, and it's not usually the conversation. Let's talk about difficult conversations again. Because I don't know anyone who wakes up excited to have a difficult conversation. And if it makes you feel any better, they're not particularly easy for me. I'm just not uncomfortable with them anymore. Because here's what I've learned: most people aren't afraid of the actual conversation. They're afraid of what the conversation means. Does it mean rejection, conflict, looking stupid, hurting somebody else's feelings, being misunderstood, possibly losing the relationship? And because all those fears feel very real, it feels uncomfortable. So we avoid, we delay, we rehearse, we overthink, and we wait for this perfect moment. We wait to feel 100% ready. And yet, somehow, that readiness never really arrives because the issue is not the conversation, it's the invisible fear and the invisible pressure that we put on ourselves to get it right, to say the perfect thing, to control the outcome. And that's not how conversations actually work. You see, leadership is not about controlling the outcome, it's about creating clarity. And clarity requires curiosity. So before your next difficult conversation, I want you to ask yourself, what am I actually afraid will happen? Not what might happen. What am I specifically afraid will happen? And then ask, is this fear even true, or is it a story that I'm creating? And when you go into the conversation, remember it's not your job to win. It's not your job to respond. It's your job to understand. So say the thing, then get really curious and listen to hear, not to reload. Because in my experience, clarity almost always feels better than avoidance. And most of the fears I had about difficult conversations, they were completely made up. So if you're trying to lead with more courage and less avoidance, follow along and keep becoming the leader you came here to be.